name is Hitesh. I'm one of the doctors. I work in NHS in the UK. I'm an international medical graduate, and welcome to the Trippy Doc channel. So this channel is all about helping others through various ways, and one way I'm doing it right now is by imparting knowledge about how to enter to the UK. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the 3 most commonly used pathways which are used to enter into the UK by doctors. Alright, let's begin to the various pathways which are entry to the UK. So there are basically 3 entry routes which I'm going to discuss in this video. The number 1 is the Plab pathway, the number 2 is the MTI pathway, and number 3 is the accepted postgraduate qualifications by the GMC. Alright, so to start with the Plab pathway, I've already made few videos about the Plab pathway. I highly recommend you see that. So for the Plab pathway, you have to first fulfill the English requirements, or it can be OET now, and you have to give those exams to qualify or be eligible for the Plab pathway. Then you have to clear the Plab 1 exam, then you have to clear the Plab 2 exam, then you have to apply for GMC registration. Now GMC registration was earlier done by an ID check, but at this moment in time it is done by ECFMG and by an organization called as an EPIC. So I highly recommend you use that as well. Now after you've secured your GMC registration, you apply for jobs, and they can be done by various pathways. You can use NHS jobs, you can use agencies. After you get a job, you apply for tier 2 visa, and then once you get your visa, you got your way into the UK by securing a job, and that is the Plab pathway in concise. Next, coming to the accepted postgraduate qualifications, these could be any of the Royal Colleges. For example, it could be MRCP, it could be MRCS, it could be MRCPCH, it could be MRC Psych, it could be MRC OG, it could be anything, and that is all you need. In addition to that, you would also need an acceptable English qualification, and again I would recommend going again back to the GMC website to brush yourself about what is acceptable English requirement. After you have secured those, again the pathway is similar. You apply to the GMC for registration, then after that you have applied to the GMC for registration, you go and apply for jobs, secure a job, and then you get a tier 2 visa, general of course. I'm gonna come and cover visas later in my later videos, and after you get the COS, you are ready to go to the UK now and work as a doctor. The next pathway is the MTI pathway, that is the Medical Training Initiative. This is for doctors who have already completed their training, like MD or MS in India or other countries, or your home countries. You have done your MD or MS, and then you can apply for this. In this scenario, you are already qualified doctor after MBBS. You've already done your postgraduate qualification, so that is something to remember. Then you apply by the Royal Colleges, which also act as your sponsor. And also to remember that about the MTI pathway, there's loads of different steps involved there. I'm gonna make a different video explaining in detail about the MTI pathway. Many of my friends have secured MTI jobs in anesthetics, in medicine mostly, and in orthopedics as well. These are the people I know, and of course there are loads others who have got these jobs through the MTI pathway. There is loads to talk about in the MTI pathway, so therefore I'm going to talk about it in detail in a separate video, focusing more on medicine, and the pathway for other branches is quite similar as well. And there you go. So there is the detailed pathway. Scrap that. So this is the concise pathways which I have discussed with you about the different entry pathways into the UK. Plab pathway, the MTA pathway, and the accepted postgraduate qualifications. Hope you find this video helpful, and if you did, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask in the comments below. Thank you. Hope this helps you.